All right, Andre, this is your back nine for Olympic. You can pound it over or through these trees on the right, but sometimes it'll hit the trees and you'll get stuck, and there's sort of no rhyme or reason as to exactly how to hit it. So I don't generally mess with it. I just hit a punch driver here with full topspin right up along the edge of this tree line. And it'll just go right along the edge of the trees here, and then it'll roll right around the corner and leave a mid-iron in without ever bringing the trees into play and without ever bringing the rough, long, and left into play. So that's how I usually play it. With this wind, it's probably playing about 127. Miss the ding into the wind a little bit to straighten it out, and that's about what you get. Now, I will say some of the putts around this hole break a little bit more than they look. This is one of them. It looks pretty easy, but it breaks a little more than you think. So let's see here. Missed the ding into the break. But you see, I played quite a lot of break there, and I missed the ding into the break. And it still barely got in on the bottom side of the hole. These next two holes are really straightforward. They're fairly short, they're fairly straight, they're fairly level. You just want to make sure you put your drive in the middle of the fairway, and then you just have a little wedge in. Now this one will be a little bit uphill. The next one's a little bit downhill. So this is playing about 86, but with the wind it'll be a little bit less than that. Probably 84, 83. I'll probably hit this club with just a little top spin to make it roll out. Make sure it gets up there. I don't play a lot of approach shots with topspin, but one reason I like to is because then they actually have a better chance of going in. But that one I needed the topspin to get it there because the club was going to come up slightly short otherwise. About the only difference between this hole and the last one is that on the last one the approach plays slightly uphill, and on this one it plays slightly downhill, but they're very similar holes. So about 116, maybe 118 with the wind. Play the 120 club. Missed the ding slightly into the wind. That was surprisingly bad. I thought I hit that pretty well. It went way, way left and way, way short. So I guess the wind was way, way stronger than I thought. So this is playing a little over 6. I'll probably hit it 6. It's breaking quite a lot. I'll miss the ding into the break. Quite a lot. All right, this is a hard hole. Your best chance, the putts around this hole are brutal, but the one putt from around this hole that's really pretty easy is this one. If you're about where my marker is, short and left, that's a pretty easy putt. And that's about where I'm trying to be. Now, I don't play it from these tees very often, so I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen here, but I want to hit it about 182. Downwind, it's probably going to be like 176. Let's see. That's close. I wanted to be a little bit further right and a little bit deeper into the green. I'm going to have a little bit of break here that I wouldn't have had otherwise. You want to be putting this from about right where I have my marker. From there, it's almost a dead straight putt. I left myself a little bit more meat on this bone than I would have liked. So it's playing about 25. I'll probably hit it about 19. There's the dang, you son of a gun. You see how much that broke. That's what I get for hitting such a bad tee shot. But the truth is, that's a hard hole to birdie unless you hit a perfect tee shot to the exact right spot. The breaks around that hole are diabolical. So if you're playing well and you make a par on that hole, it won't sink you on this 9. So don't get too upset about it. This hole's not hard. You just have to not go left. You just can't hit those trees on the left side like I just did. And that's purely a function of me not knowing the tee box that I'm playing from very well. But that's inexcusable. That whole fairway kicks hard right to left, so you can play way over to the right side of it and avoid what I just did, which was really, really stupid. Let's see if I can recover here. It's probably playing about 106, but with this rough, it's probably this 120 club full. And missed the ding into the wind a little bit. Maybe we can make up for that horrendous decision off the tee. What I'm showing you here is how not to play this hole. I managed to save it, but don't play the hole like I just did. Play your tee shot out to the right edge of the fairway and let it kick left. Now, part of what hosed me there also was that the wind was strong right to left, but I should have allowed for that. There's no excuse. I played that terribly. All right, this is probably playing about 125 or 6. Missed the ding into the wind a little bit. Came up way short again. I don't know, maybe I have forgotten how to do math. Nothing's going where it should. It's about a 7-foot putt. I'll probably hit it 7 feet, 100%. Again, I'm not trying to baby those up there. I don't care if they go 2 feet past. All right. If you're a fan of golf or golf history, you should know this hole. This is the hole that cost Jim Furyk the 2012 U.S. Open. This is also the hole that cost Arnold Palmer the 1966 U.S. Open. And they both screwed it up in the same way. It's a sharp dogleg left, and you absolutely, positively cannot, under any circumstances, go into the trees on the left. Just can't do it. Play it down the right side. Stay as far away from those damn trees as you can. I just stayed a little too far away from them, so now I'm in the rough. And that sucks, but it's 1,000 times better than being in the trees on the left. If you get into those trees on the left, you will make a 10 on this hole, which is the maximum amount that WGT allows, and then they just send you to the next hole. And I know this from experience. Being in those trees on the left is an absolute death sentence. You just can't be there. So because I hit it in the rough, I had to lay up way further back. But even then, this is not a hard third shot. If I had hit the fairway off the tee, then I could have laid this up to about 100, 110 yards. But this is still miles better than being in the trees. Probably playing about 150. Man, the wind took it at least twice as far as it should have. That shot should have been within 2 feet. All right, 7. We'll hit it 100%. We'll miss the ding way into the break and sneak it in there. Now this is your one kind of green light hole on this hole 9. Just hit it in the fairway off the tee. I almost didn't. That was almost terrible. It's fine now, though. Now this is uphill more than it looks. And it's very easy to come up short here. So the play really is right and long. So you have to come in sort of from this line so that if you land short, you're in that neck of fairway. But you can't land anywhere in here or you're dead. And if you somehow go back here, you're really dead. What you're really trying to do is play it way out here, and if anything, a little long. I tend to use full backspin here, which I don't do often, and then hit it extra. This is playing 210-ish, probably 215 with the wind, but because I've got full backspin, it's going to go less far. I'm just going to hit this 225 club full and see what happens. And if anything, I'm missing the ding against the wind, into the wind. And if I go a little long and left like that, I don't care, because at least I'm putting. This is not a bad miss. Now, it's not an easy putt, and you're probably not going to make it very often. And really, you'd rather be kind of about there where my marker is. But this is miles better than in the bunker or in the rough. Just play a shit ton of break and baby it down the hill. And you won't hear me say baby putts very often, but this one breaks so hard and it's so steeply downhill that you want to play tons and tons of break, because when it gets near the hole, it's going to be going left hard. And you don't need to hit it that hard. So it's playing 16. I'll probably hit it about 12 and a half. And I'll miss the break, the ding way into the break. And just kind of trying to drip it down the hill and give me a chance. And it went in. And if it rolls 3 or 4 feet past, you have a putt straight up the hill for birdie. Now, this is an interesting hole. If I had my big driver and a tailwind here, I could drive it onto the green from these tees. But really, all you're trying to do here is hit the fairway. If you hit the fairway here, you're going to have like a 30-yard shot up the hill, and it's a piece of cake birdie. You just can't go in that bunker, and you can't go in the rough. I might have hit it in the bunker. It's hard to tell. The wind might save me. Yeah, the wind saved me. It cut it down and moved it a little left. So this shot is actually probably playing close to 50. With the elevation, it's probably 48, and with the wind, it's probably every bit of 50. I'm just going to punch my 50 full and see how close I get. It was pretty close. Just pound it in. There you go, Andre. That's how you play the back nine. Let's look at some stats, see if they were any good. That one hole that I lipped out, where my putt went all the way around the hole, was the only blemish. Yeah, missed a couple of fairways, which was annoying, but managed to make up for it. Approach shots average about 7 feet from the hole. That's not too bad. And only had the one terrible putt. So, yeah, there you go.